Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to First Cup. My name's Jeremy Lesniak. Today? Wednesday, October 17th, 2018. And this is my first cup of coffee. It's better today. Coffee days and bad coffee days, and I'm not really sure what necessarily makes one over the other, but this is a good coffee day. Good times, good times. So I hope everyone out there is doing well. If you're new to the show, we do this on YouTube Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Facebook, Thursday, Instagram, and slowly coming up with the next iteration, the next improvement for this show. Oh, it's the coffee pot turning on. The Keurig, if you will. I just use it for hot water. This is the other half of me making coffee. I put coffee grounds in this tea pour, put it in here. Then I put hot water on it, and then I let it sit. And then I take it out and I put it in this cup. Not necessarily that cup. It could be a different cup. I am rather rested. I went to bed fairly early. When I was in my 20s, I would say, oh, I can't go to bed that early. It's too early. And here I am in my late 30s, and I think, I can go to bed that early. It's going to be great. And then you wake up the next day, and the next day is just so much better. It's worth it. So if you're young and you're watching this, don't be afraid to go to bed early. So I got something to show you. Are you ready? I don't think you're ready. Bam! I know, the text is backwards. But guess what that is? That's the whistlekick uniform. It's a gi style, a wraparound, middleweight fabric. It's got this super sweet, sparkly gold on black logo that I'm loving. The first box arrived yesterday. The remaining 3 boxes arrived. Okay, we're starting with 100 to see how it goes. If you are watching this show, you should probably get on the newsletter list. You should probably be aware of what's going on at whistlekick.com, because we will be offering an introductory price on these, because I want to get some feedback. There are already a couple things that, very, very small things that I want to make changes on, because I am a perfectionist, things you will likely not even notice. But thank you, Scott. Scott says they look great. But I'm always looking for how we can improve everything. Everything we do needs to be improved. That's just my mindset. So the more feedback I can get, the more we can improve the next version. So here's a pair of the pants, not in the bag. Plenty of rows of stitching. Double stitching the gusset in the crotch area, elastic, and drawstring, because every uniform pant needs drawstring and elastic. I don't understand why they would ever not have both. I think it's dumb. I do. That logo again. When people talk about uniforms, it's often these very flashy, these flamboyant uniforms that, okay, cool. But that's not what most people wear. Most people just want the equipment they need to train. They don't want to have to think about it. They want it to fit. They want it to not fail. Well, the thing about this uniform is that we have designed it to be the best value in a middleweight uniform. It's like an 8 to 10 ounce fabric. It's cotton. I don't know what else to tell you. I cannot show you what it looks like on, because the box that arrived had ones that are too big for me. I'm somewhere between a 3 and a 4, depending on the cut. And in this, I believe I am a 4 top and 3 pants. And everything that came in is 5s and 6s. Yes, the pants and the top will be sold together. So if you, like me, are kind of in between, you order up and you have it, the sleeves or the pants hemmed. That's all. That's what I've done with every uniform. And honestly, I will probably do that with this uniform because I like them to fit just so. Most, well, at least in Vermont here, we have plenty of seamstresses, places that do alterations that will do the alterations for, you know, $20 for the top and the pants. You know, it's not a big deal to do that hem and just run a few lines of stitching through. What else? If you have watched the show for a while, you may know the legacy of the belts. There's a pile of belts that came through defective over there. There's another pile in the warehouse. But I finally finished packing them up. Those are going over to Amazon. That's an Amazon exclusive item. Just because of a few things. You know, we've learned a lot. I've learned a lot with these belts. You know, best example, they came through with inconsistent lengths. So what did I do? I unpacked every single one and measured it. And we are selling them not by the general length of, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but by number of inches. Not by number, by inches. So like this is you would buy this on Amazon as a black 113-inch belt. And we have a size chart up there for Century, Asian World, and Macho, and their belt lengths. So you know how long your belt usually is. Or just measure the belt that you have. That's even better. Box of defective belts. Pile of defective belts. There, you just got to see it in my living room. I'm excited about these uniforms, guys. Really am. Working on a few other uniforms, just constantly working on stuff. The number one thing holding back product is just cash flow. I got to sell a bunch of these uniforms, so maybe you'll buy one, so I can order more stuff. Yeah. What else is going on? That's about it. Everything's going well. So, what can I offer? What can I say? Sometimes you got to try stuff. You know, one of the things about these uniforms is that more people can buy them than gear. People are more likely to have multiple uniforms than they are multiple sets of gear. Now, I hope to change that someday. I hope to change that perception as people realize that our gear lasts for years. Then you can have a blue set, a red set, and a green set. No, we don't have green yet. But there are people out there who are keeping multiple sets. But because uniforms last longer, and because they need to be washed, people are more likely to have multiple uniforms. And that means almost everybody who does martial arts is a candidate for this uniform. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to sell these quickly so I can order more quickly, so I can take some of the profit from that and order more stuff. Because that's really what it is, right? We got to sell stuff, we got to take that profit, and we got to make new stuff so we can keep rolling this ball, making the snowball bigger. So how does that apply to you? You got to have a plan. One of my favorite lines from any rap song ever, and it's a cliche, though I don't know if it needs to be attributed to somebody else. It's from a Nas song. He didn't plan to fail, he just failed to plan. It doesn't mean that you have to plan everything down to the detail. For example, I'm not a fan of business plans. I think they're dumb. I've written them, and every time I've written them because someone that wanted to potentially loan me money wanted one. Okay, fine. I'll write you a business plan. Anyone that's been in business knows that a business is far too complex than a few pages can express. But when you look at your day, at your week, at your life, if you don't have a plan, how do you know what direction to go in? How do you know what things make sense for that plan and what things don't. You just take opportunities and hope. It doesn't tend to work that way. The number one advice that I hear from experts in the goal setting space, in the life coaching kind of space, is to set goals. If you have a target, if you know where you're going, you've got a pretty good idea how to get from where you are to there. Maybe there are some stumbling blocks. Maybe it's not a straight line from A to B, but it gives you a sense as to where to steer. And that's all a plan is. Where do you steer? So where do we steer next? Depends on how well the Olympic Taekwondo stuff does. Got another batch of that headed out to Amazon, and our first batch will be headed over to the warehouse so we can make those available at whistlekick.com. We dropped a newsletter yesterday, and yeah, I'm 11 minutes, so I'm going to go. I hope you have a great day. I hope you are, if not excited for yourself, excited for me that we have these uniforms. I'm looking forward to the other 3 boxes arriving today. And keep an eye out because I've got a fun idea for a promo video that I'll be recording maybe as soon as tonight that I think you'll enjoy. All right, take care. Have a great day. Peace.